The next card, the moon, is all about following, the whole concept of following. So it's like the crawfish comes out of the primordial waters and it follows the path lit by the hermit in the moon. And the hermit is known as a Zadik, the righteous one. So he lights the path of righteousness for others to follow in. And so the crawfish is a born follower. This is also the Pisces card, who are born followers, but evolve into a Virgo, like the hermits are Virgo. And the Virgo is the leader. And then Pisces follow the path lit by the hermit. And then later, whenever they take the hermit's spot, and then they become the one other people follow in their path of self-discovery and enlightenment. The Hebrew letter connected to it is Qoph, which connects to like back of the head, like that brain in the back of your head. And so it takes whatever the eyes see and kind of makes sense of it. So where the energy will flow, where the attention goes, and then you kind of become whatever you focus on. So it's like you should follow the ones who've been there before, who've been there, done that. Even though, see the pillars that take you from the land of the known to the unknown? This is like, look, like I've been there and done that. You can trust, because I'm successful at it, that you can follow my lead. And this card is solar eclipse. Just like when the moon follows the sun, eventually they unite as one. And you only can have a new moon during a solar eclipse. So this is new moon. New moon is a time where you set intentions, because the moon influences our emotions, and our emotions kind of influence our decision making. But when there's no moon, then there's nothing beside ourselves influencing us. Let me follow my own instincts. And what do I want? What intentions do I want? What do I want to manifest in my life? Who do I want to become? What do I want to do? What things do I want? This is my time to decide during the new moon. There's no outside influence. And then when you have a solar eclipse, you have the sun directly behind this new moon. Sometimes you can tap into desires that you plant seeds for that you might see your whole lifetime. That's how powerful it is. And a solar eclipse, it happens like once somewhere around the world every 18 months. And that's why this card is number 18. So I see this card as a moon day, like Monday. I also see it as a new moon. And definitely solar eclipse when the sun is behind the sun, or behind the moon, sorry. And then if you see the sun rays, there's 32. Just like there's 32 paths in the Kabbalah tree of life. And then the hermit is connected to the yod, which is like that fiery flame. So it's like a spark of light. So that one light to the 32 is now 33. 33, just like Jesus was 33 years old when he dies on the cross, returns to God, is at one with God, and he's really enlightened, that Christ consciousness. So the whole point of like following the righteous path is to get to that point where you're one with God, you're a Zadik talking to God and your higher self, and you're totally enlightened. You feel at one with yourself, you feel at one with everything, you see the big picture, you see how timing works perfectly and divine timing. Everything happens for a reason for the most part. It's all coming together. And then you like don't have any regrets really, because you learned from everything. You wouldn't change anything because it happened perfectly. You can all see it now. And so we finally get there. Like you're the bottom feeder crawfish who doesn't pay any bills. And then finally you start to come out of your mother's womb and you become into like an adolescent, and you're at a crossroads where you become a wild wolf or you become like a domesticated dog. And so the wild wolf goes off the righteous path and he learns life the hard way, or you become a domesticated dog who looks up at the hermit and follows his lead. And the hermit invites him into his house, gives him food and shelter. So it's like, well, why don't we come together? And you can still be a little bit of the wild side, but most of the time follow the rules. And then that's how you live the right way, by just setting yourself with some limitations and some boundaries and to control your animalistic instincts. So it's someone who needs to, like in readings, it's like someone who's about to get back on the righteous path, someone who needs to follow a mentor or a guide or a boss that shows them, hey, like follow me, trust in me. It's like very humbling to actually follow somebody else and not think you got it all figured out.